On this edition of the CSXT Video News, team management is a fresh start for the Raceland Wheel Shop, plus a video challenge from CSXT employees, and a look at ways to avoid accidents caused by mental lapses. These stories and more all on this edition of the CSXT Video News, September 1992. Hi, and welcome to September's edition of the CSXT Video News. I'm Renee Brust. Here in Kentucky, you'll find the Russell Locomotive Shop, a shop that is waging a high-powered campaign to reduce the mean time between failure on their locomotives. Let's take a look at their winning strategy. Election year 1992, and the campaign to win votes is in full swing. There are promises to improve education, promises to lower taxes. But here at CSXT, you'll see a different kind of campaign, a campaign to increase locomotive reliability. The goal is 92 in 92.
Well, we're trying to commit to 92 days in 92 and 93. We feel that once the locomotive goes out, that we do want it to run between maintenance periods.
The first goal for the 92 in 92 campaign is to provide a thorough maintenance plan for incoming locomotives. Here in Russell, Kentucky, the team works together on the 100% queue.
See, our work is tied together so much. Some of it's electrical, some of it's piping, and it's all tied together. So if one doesn't do a good job, it reflects on everybody.
Next step, identify the bad actor locomotive. Russell employees use the diesel storm unit in Jacksonville to help them make top-notch repairs on the locomotive.
We constantly checking the history of the locomotive that has failed and trying to find patterns that may have caused the locomotive to fail. We have to follow each step that is outlined by the diesel storm team before we can outshop the locomotive. And we test that locomotive prior to dispatching it to transportation to make sure that it is operating properly.
Information from the diesel storm unit helps craftsmen here keep these locomotives on track. And there are other programs that are on the 92 and 92 campaign trail. The infant mortality team is one of them.
We'll find out why our locomotives have failed for the last month or so, and then we will sit down in our group and go through the failures and the component failures and go back and create infant mortality items to make those fixes.
Infant mortality looks at premature failures. Diesel storm takes on the bad actors. And the 100% queue takes care of maintenance. But all of these efforts to produce a better locomotive need one thing to succeed: quality workmanship.
We stress the compliance to the SMRs, and the one emphasis that we place with the employees is not to work harder but to work smarter, doing the job correctly the first time.
Working smarter means looking ahead and tracking down potential problems that could cause locomotives to fail.
Well, 100% Q is doing every item that's on the work reports, plus all your I items and anything else you would find that would keep a failure down.
If I happen to see something that's not written on the forms, then usually we go ahead and do that work too. You know, it's something that we realize that needs to be fixed.
Quality workmanship means doing the right job right the first time. In diesel storm, in infant mortality, and in the 100% queue. Here in Russell, quality workmanship will bring these candidates out on top.
Right, we have some of the best craftsmen on the railroad here at Russell Locomotive Shop. They have done a real good job, and they are proud of their work.
Not only does Russell have to do their part, everybody on the system has to do their part in order to reach the goal of 92 days for the quality locomotive.
These athletes work long and hard to keep their physical and mental edge. Losing your concentration out here on the road can be pretty painful. But not as painful as losing it here in a shop.
Mental awareness is so important in this job, you know, because you got a lot of moving equipment. You know, every step you take, there's something moving towards you, away from you. You don't have any time for mistakes.
To keep yourself focused on the job at hand, problems need to stay at home.
I think everybody, when they walk in that wheel shop, they have to strictly think safety.
Thinking about safety also means planning your work. A job briefing can help eliminate surprises.
First time you face some things that you don't know where to put your hands and you don't know where to walk, but if you brief it out at 7 o'clock, I think it stays in your mind throughout the day.
And finally, avoid mental lapses by getting enough food and sleep to keep you physically fit. That extra edge will help keep your mind on the job and your focus on safety. Employees say the Raceland Wheel Shop wasn't always a pleasant place to work. There was low morale and even lower productivity.
The years since I've been working with railroad, it was times I dreaded coming in.
Well, the attitude was come in, get your 8 hours work in, get your paycheck, go home, drag back in here tomorrow, get another 8 hours.
But in the last few months, this wheel shop has seen some changes. And the biggest change? A change in the way the shop is managed. The shop now uses the team concept. It's a way for craftsmen to have complete involvement in all aspects of the shop.
What it really is, it's the experts, the people on the floor who are the experts. That's who you would want, any business would want running their day-to-day activities. So that's what we have the people do.
We started having meetings, talking about it, let the people get together, decide the way they wanted to do it, and it just really started coming around.
The first step for the craftsmen was getting organized.
We felt teams was the best way to go. We elected some team leaders, divided it up into 3 teams.
The teams decided right away that communication between management and the craftsmen was essential. Everyone needed to understand what their job was every day.
We meet every day at 2:30. All the team leaders, supervisors, we plan the next day.
During the meeting, company production goals are laid out. Team leaders then take the information back to the team.
Used to, you know, you go out and say, you do this, you do this, and you do this. Now you say, we've got this much work to do, we've got this many pair of wheels to get out. I don't have to tell them where to go.
Most of the men here are men that's been here for a few years, and they know the work. They know how it's done, and you let the men do it, they already know it, and it's a relaxing atmosphere.
It's a pleasant change for supervisors as well.
I think the management role now is to coach, to provide the resources that allows them to meet their goals, which is satisfy the company needs, their needs, and ultimately the customer's needs.
They depend on you. It just, you know, and I like for a coach to be dependent on me occasionally, you know, as before I was completely dependent on them.
And is the new relationship between craftsmen and management working? Are they meeting their goals? Are they keeping up with production?
You know every week what they want you to produce, and you take it as a personal goal to meet that. We've met production every week since we started with ease.
It's worked so well for us. Our quality is up, production is up, safety, we're having no problems with safety. Everybody's doing their part, doing good at it.
Team management in the Raceland Wheel Shop, a concept that is taking a good shop and making it better.
We didn't know if this place was even going to stay open, but now people come to work, they know that we have a say in this place makes it or doesn't make it, that we have a say in it.
I wanted it to work because my future retirement depends on the success of these programs in this shop. And so I'm personally involved, and I want to see it work, and it will work.
In August, we introduced you to Operation Breakthrough, a program designed to transfer ownership of the safety program to the workforce. That program is now off and running, with 2-day training classes being conducted in 5 locations over the next few weeks. The classes are for safety directors and will provide them with skills training for their new roles under Operation Breakthrough. Also last month, we introduced A Tale of Two Companies, CSXT and the St. Johns River Power Plant, a modern-day mystery involving one of our customers. St. John's is having a problem with spalled wheels, and CSXT, along with the AAR, is trying to help. In August, the groups got together to evaluate their progress and found a couple of things. First, the brake beam could be causing some of the spalling problems. Tests show that in some cases, while rounding curves, the beam pressed against the flange and caused the brakes to be applied. The result, spalled wheels. In addition, the test revealed that continued focus on the proper use of handbrakes would help reduce spalling as well. So now, like most good mysteries, the search continues, and CSXT, St. John's, and the AAR will continue to test cars and look for answers. Finding new ways to motivate people about safety can get difficult, but a group in Russell, Kentucky has found a way. They're using good old competition with a neighbor across the way. Employees here have put together this video. It's a challenge to CSXT employees to beat Norfolk Southern in safety.
I got a couple guys I thought would fit the part pretty good, and they went along with the program, and I wrote a little short script on it, and we went from there.
The story starts out with two Norfolk Southern employees talking about the safety successes here at CSXT. They decide to spy and find out what we're doing right.
Look, Junior, all of these men have their hard hats and safety glasses on.
They sure do, and look, Jake, they got their back sport belts on.
When Russell employees held a job briefing, that was enough for the Norfolk Southern spies. They leave to report to their co-workers.
They kind of went away saying, boy, those guys on CSX is serious about this safety thing. They've really got something going here.
The Russell video also lays out a new challenge for CSXT employees. We've topped them in mechanical operations, and we're closing in transportation. Now it's time to take aim at their engineering department and beat a 1.9 frequency index. Although the video pokes fun, it delivers a serious message. CSXT won't wait for Norfolk Southern to slip in safety. We'll beat them because we're better.
We've really improved in our safety program, and we feel like that we're not looking at them for safety now, they're looking at us.
Competition with Norfolk Southern is healthy. It helps improve safety for both railroads.
But not video competition. I think we better get back to work. Ralph wants my job. That winning attitude is what keeps Russell one step ahead of Nellie Sue. Well, that's it for this edition of the CSXT Video News. Until next month, here's a thumbs up from Eastern Kentucky.
Gary Jenkins, machinist, 29 years, injury-free.
Bill Cremines, truck operator, 29 years, injury-free.
Fremont Broman, machinist, 29 years, injury-free.
Martin Ward, labor, 35 years, injury-free.
Jack Smith, labor, 29 years, without a lost time accident.
From Russell, Kentucky, 330 years, injury-free.